All right. All right, here we go. Friday, let's warm up. Let's do some jacks. Let's warm it up, do some jacks. Get those arms loose, get those legs loose. Shake it out. Getting ready for the weekend. Nice big arm moves, big swings. Got my camera working again. Just gotta aim it. There we go. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's turn it on. Turn it up on Friday. You want to do a full jumping jacks? We got L's down. Anything you want to do, just let her rip. Let's get the heart rate up. Get the joints moving. Knock off the rust off the joints. That's the way I'm feeling right now. It was a heavy day of lifting at the castle yesterday. So they had all manner of things cleaning out that attic. Whew, heavy stuff. And old dirt, probably centuries old dirt in some carpets. All right, do some L's. Why not? Do some L's. Because they're so much fun. Move around a little bit. Use the room you got. All right. And tell you what, let's do this. Let's work those legs a little bit. Let's do some bum kickers, stretch those quads, flex those hammies, and squeeze between those shoulder blades. Open it up. There we go. Nice. All right. Open it up, getting the heart rate up a little bit more now. And let's do this. Let's take this down. Plant your feet 1.5 shoulder widths apart, and let's just hinge opposite hand, opposite foot as we twist side to side. Coming down. Right, back and forth. And yeah, let's do a few more here. A couple more. And let's take it out over your right foot. Ease it over. Feel a nice stretch there. Hold it there for just a moment. And then let's ease over to the other side. Ease it on over. Hinge it back. All right, then come up. Let's step it back. Plant that rear foot. Press your heel into the floor and reach up nice and high. There we go. Good stretch. Get nice and long. And then let's do the same thing on the other side. Plant your rear foot. Dig that heel and feel a stretch. Reach it up. Feel getting a nice stretch in that rear calf. Reaching for the sky. Reaching for Friday. It's right there in our grasp. You can just feel it right there at the fingertips. And let's do a big Y. Step it back. Either hinge your hips forward or sink on down. We'll stretch out the hip flexor. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Reach back. There we go. All right, nice. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Coming up, and we'll step it back. Sink it down. Whoa, try to keep your balance. Speaking to me. Reaching back, squeezing between those shoulder blades. Waking up those back muscles because it is a pull day. We're going to be working those back muscles quite a bit. All right, let's come on up. And just ease right down your shins. Feel a stretch in those hamstrings. Hands up to the sides. Thumbs up, pointing up at the ceiling. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades. And then let's do it. Flex those hamstrings. Slowly pull yourself up. Palms up. Step it back. Draw your core in and exhale and twist off to the side. Here we go. All right, and then come on up. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Palms up. Let's step it back. Exhale, twist. Other direction. All right, then come on up. Grab onto one of your feet. Let's do a gentle pull. And we'll stretch those quads out. We're going to do our core work today, like I said, on the floor-ish with our stability ball. So we'll be on the ball, and we'll also just be using the ball lying down. So yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, we're going to start off actually completely on the floor. I need to hold on to something. I need to grab onto something. There, we're going to need to anchor myself. There we go. Gentle pull. So yeah, we're going to start off on the floor, on our backs, with our stability ball, doing a stability ball corkscrew, which is a mouthful. Stability ball corkscrew. Give it a shot. See if you can say that real fast. And let's get ready for that. So yeah, grab your stability ball, grab a drink of water. Woo! And let's get ready to work our core. Our collective core, as it were. So come on down. So when we do our stability ball corkscrew, we're not going to start for about a minute, but as we do it, we hold the ball, and as we're going to lower the ball and inhale as the ball comes down. So you can keep your low back pressed into the floor, and as you exhale up, and we twist around as far as we can, and then inhale down again. So as soon as you're coming down, if you feel your low back start to come off the floor, then immediately just come right back up again. So we only go down as far as we can and keep your low back pressed into the floor. So let's get ourselves in position. Hold on to the ball, just kind of right between the ankles. Kind of play around with that position a little bit. So give it a nice little squeeze so we can get a good twist in at the top. All right, stability ball corkscrew, let's do it. So jump in the cold water. Inhale, we lower down as far as we can. Exhale back up, and then twist. And then we go down again. Inhale down. Exhale up, and then twist other direction. Give it a big twist. Come down again. Good. Inhale down. Really paying attention to keeping that low back pressed into the floor. We get that nice twist. Inhale it back in. We got plenty of time. We can do quite a few more. Coming down. Really concentrating. Drawing in on your core. Drawing the belly button toward the spine as you inhale. So we have everything pulled in nice and tight. Twist. And down. All right. And then just lower it down. And then put your feet right up on top. And bring it in nice and close. So your legs are at about a 90-degree angle. And we're going to just crunch. Nothing fancy here. We're going to crunch it up. Jump in the ice cold water. We're going to crunch up and bring it right back down. And we want a little bit more resistance. Put your fingers right behind your head. Fingertips just touching your back and the head, giving you a little bit of support. Exhale up. Inhale back down. Reset every time. Draw that core in. Exhale up. Nice crunch. Inhale back down. Just getting those shoulder blades up off the floor for that crunch. Don't have to come real far. Just crunch it up. Inhale it back down. Still thinking about drawing your belly button in toward your spine. Coming down. Think about the ice cold water. Draw that core in. Up and down. And one more. Crunch it up. Ease it back down. All right. Now let's just get right up on top of your ball real quick. And we're just going to roll ourselves out. Hands right up overhead. And we're going to do a Russian twist. Coming off to the side. Bring it right up to center. Hands right off the sternum. So exhale, twist, and bring it right back up. Exhale, twist off to the other side. Bring it right back up again. Good. Bring it over. Nice. Getting some nice flexibility in there. Awesome. Yes. Just bring it out. Right back up. Exhale to the side. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale right back to center. All right, and then let's switch. And we're going to flip right over for stability ball back extension. So just get right on top. Get your collarbone right off the edge of the ball. So drape yourself kind of over, kind of casual, flex your glutes, and we just lift to our nice line from the shoulders right down to the ankles. Ease it right back down again. We want a little bit more resistance. You put your hands right behind your head. Flex. Ease it back down. Relax. Flex those glutes. Lift. And then ease it right back down again. Good. Come right down. Relax. Then every time flex those glutes, we come all the way up. Hold. And then ease back down. All the way down. So just drape yourself right over the ball again. Then reset. And then flex. Pull yourself back up. So we get a little holiday at the bottom of every rep. Take a little flex, lift, ease it back down. All right, and then down, and let's do the whole thing over again because it was so much fun. Back to our stability ball corkscrews. Yes, let's do it. Stability ball corkscrew. All right, get your ball, raise it right up. So we're ready. Jump in the ice cold water, and let's do it. Lower down, inhale. Protecting your low back, pressing it into the floor. We come up, and then we get that twist at the top. Inhale it back down. Exhale up, and then give it a big twist. Coming back down. You can feel those obliques working when we do that twist. Exhale up, and then exhale, twist it out there. Yes. Plenty of time. Coming on down, inhaling down. Exhale, bring it up. Twist. Nice. Coming down again. Yeah, maybe do a couple more. Exhale up. Twist. Oh, that was the last one. Let's bring it down. And we're going to put our feet right up on top of the ball. Back to a crunch. This time, what we want to do with our crunch, hands straight up in the air. And we're going to crunch and reach for the ceiling and back down. So, core in, exhale, crunch. Inhale, back down, reset your core. Exhale, come right back at it. So every time, reset, jump in that cold water. Exhale up. Inhale down. Really trying to get that core flexed. Yes. Down. Exhale. Reach. Reaching for the ceiling. Reach it up. See if we can grab that ceiling. It's just right there. Looking good. Reset. Jump in that cold water. Exhale. Crunch. Reach. Back down. Nice. Exhale. Crunch it up. Inhale back down. Looking good. One more. Crunch it up. And back down. Nice. And let's come on up for a stability ball. For our stability ball Russian twist. All right. Come right up onto your ball. And we roll ourselves out so that your low back is on the ball. Hands right up overhead, and then exhale off to the side. Inhale back to center. Exhale off to other side. Come right back to center. So kind of all the way over onto your shoulder if you can. Twist back to center. Exhale the other side. Really try to use those core muscles to twist you. Obviously, the ball's going to roll and as you move back and forth, and that's okay. We just want to get those core muscles working to drive this twist that we're doing. All right. And plenty of time. We can keep on cranking them out. Exhale, twist to the side. Inhale, back to center. Just tuck your chin a little bit as you go, maybe. So you have a nice line with your spine. Yes. Just like that. Good. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. All right, last one, and then we're going to switch to the back extension. Let's just flip over real quick and get ready for our back extension. So going to roll right up onto the ball and just kind of drape yourself over it. At the end of every rep, we just end kind of draped over the ball, collarbone hanging right off the edge. Then flex the glutes, lift, nice straight line from the shoulders down, and then exhale down, reset, flex your glutes, lift. If you want a little less resistance, we just keep the arms down, flex the glutes, lift. If you have a little bit more resistance, you can have your hands right up overhead, on the touch of your fingertips touching the back of your head, or just at your side. Just every rep, flex those glutes, lift it up, keep those glutes active, ease back down, flex, lift, drop down, relax completely, and then reset, flex, lift. We've got 10 more seconds. We can do one more. Flex those glutes, lift, and then down. Nice. All right, let's get ready to balance. And while we're down here on the floor, just go ahead and kick your shoes off because we're going to be balancing for it's just a couple minutes, but we're going to do 2 rounds of our balance today. And I think we're going to use our yoga balls. Have those handy again with the yoga ball. Roll up your mat. We're going to make this a little bit challenging just for fun because we can. Because we can do it. Right. And anytime you need a drink, just grab a drink. All right. Yes. Make sure we got everything under control here. Yes, we do. All righty. So we're going to start off on our right foot with our yoga ball in hand. Get your knee lined up with your second and third toe. So we have that nice alignment. And it's always protecting a little grape you've got underneath your foot. So let's come up onto one foot, holding ourselves up nice and steady. Okay, awesome. And taking the ball in your right hand, we're going to bounce it down and catch it again. Whoa, that's the tricky part, is the stopping. Bounce and catch. Awesome. And need to tap the floor? Yeah, tap the floor. It's no big deal. It's part of it. Capture your balance and go again. Tap and bounce. Keep that little bend in your knee. Keep protecting your grape you've got underneath your shoe. Underneath your foot, I guess I should say. Whoa. And let's switch sides. Same thing on the other side. Get yourself set up. Knee in line with your second and third toe. Draw your core in nice and tight. Raise your foot. All right, and let's just bounce. And if you'd rather just float your foot above the floor, that's okay too. If you'd rather balance that way, you don't have to bring that knee way up if you don't want to. It's your balance. All right, nice bounce. Bouncing away. No big deal. Whoa. I say that just as I get cocky, then I lose my balance every single time. Keep protecting the little grape you've got underneath your sock. All right, and let's switch. We're going to come back to that right foot. And we're just going to do nothing fancy. Romanian deadlift, single leg Romanian deadlift. We're just going to ease right down and then flex the hamstring, pull yourself back up. And let's come right back down again. Inhale it back down. Coming down, flex the hamstring and the glute, pull yourself back up. All right. Then we'll reset, protect that little grape you've got underneath your shoe or underneath your foot, and then flex, pull yourself up. All right, let's do one more. Ease it down. Feel a nice stretch, and then flex, pull yourself back up, and then shake it out a little bit real quick and we'll switch to the other foot, do the same thing on the other side. Coming back to your left foot. All right, knees lined up, second, third toe, draw your core in. And let's do it. Let's ease it down, right down your leg, and then flex, pull yourself back up. All right, nice. Bringing it down again. We're on our yoga mat, which is making this unstable surface. Woo! So we just keep it adjusting. So as you feel like I feel your ankles constantly adjusting left to right. We try to keep the foot active as we squeeze to try to help us maintain our balance here. And one more time, bring it up. Grab your yoga ball again. We're coming right back to that right foot. All right, so up nice and tall. This time, let's take the ball in your left hand. And let's see if we can bounce with the left hand. Woo! The awkward bounce across the body. I mean, I can't dribble anyway. So this is a double challenge for me. I'm the guy that loses the yoga ball every single time we do our sideways bouncing and running. All right, let's switch. Same thing on the other side. Get yourself set. Knee lined up again, second and third toe. Bring up that other knee. Keep the little bend in your knee. And let's do it. Bouncing away. Woo! Back to the bouncing with the right side. Just when I think, oh, that won't be so hard. Yeah. All right, nice. So still think about keeping that little bend in the knee, keeping your foot active. And as we add this other component, you can just feel the extra quaver that we have going on there as we have to stabilize with this extra little chore we've got to do. All right, last one. Hang on to your ball, and we'll just hang on to it this time just for fun. Let's go back to that right leg now. And knee lined up, second and third toe, and we're just going to come down into a squat. We're just going to ease it down. Just going to hold on to our ball and then press it right back up. Good. Let's come on down again. Keep the knee in line and then press through the floor, right through the ball of the foot and the heel. Easing it down. Inhale down and exhale, power right back up, all the way up nice and tall. Good. Let's come down. We do maybe two more. Come down, drive it up, and let's do one more. Easing it down. And then drive it right back up again. Whoo, shake it out a little bit, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Knee lined up, nice and straight there. Let's come on up. And then we're going to come on down as far as we're comfortable and pressing through the heel, through the ball of the foot. And as you drive up there, you might feel the knee. I certainly do. My knee's like going all over the place. We try to keep it in line, but we're on top of this yoga mat, and it really causes that instability. And that's what we want. We want this instability, so we have to stabilize and adjust for it. That way, when we're in a real-world situation, our balance mechanism is a lot hardier. And that was it, actually. Whoa, look at that, just like that. Let's get ready to do some resistance. Go ahead and put your shoes on. And we'll get into our resistance. We're going to start with a dumbbell row paired up with a single leg band row. So the first set will be a traditional weightlifting move. In this case, we're going to use dumbbells to do a row, and we can go a little heavier on this, kind of like what we did on Wednesday's weight. Actually, maybe that was Monday, hypertrophy style. Last time we did a hypertrophy workout anyway, that heavier 70-85% of your 1 rep max. The second move is going to be the endurance move, and that will be about 50%. So we go with a much lighter weight because we're going to do that longer 7-second rep count. So first rep count is going to be 4 seconds total. Second is 7. So the first one is continuous movement, 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up, no rest in between. Second one is 1 second up, 4 seconds down with a 2-second hold at the top. So, whoop, get my mat set, and I tripped right over it. So we're going to start with a dumbbell row. So grab some dumbbells, and we'll get ourselves in position, and we'll just get into this thing. All righty. Grab your dumbbells, and say we'll pair this up with a single leg band row. All righty. All right, so grab those weights, feet. Look at that. Having complete malfunction. There we go. Feet shoulder width apart, shoulders down and back. Let's hinge those hips, and let's do it. About 1, 2, and 2, 1. Just nice and steady. We just bring up about 2 seconds up, 2 seconds back down. And I like to, the whole time I'm doing, and whenever I'm hinging like this, keep those glutes and hamstrings active. 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. Nice and steady. So at this tempo, we can usually get about 12 reps in 45 seconds. That's kind of what we're shooting for. And then after this, we're going to go to our bands and do a single leg band row. And we'll switch our feet at the halfway point. So we can do about 3 more, I think. Yeah, we're right on target there for 3, 2. And here's number 3. Perfect timing. Set those down. And let's switch to those bands. Walk yourself back with about 8 seconds or so. Yep. And we're going to come right up onto one foot. Bless you. And squeeze it in. And hold. And then release. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull right back in and hold. And release. 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and hold. And release. 4, 3, 2, 1. And pull and hold. And release. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch your feet real quick. And then pull it right back in and hold. And release. 4, 3, 2, 1. And squeeze and hold. Release. 4, 3, 2, 1. And pull and hold. Release. 4, 3, 2, 1. And last one. Squeeze it in and hold. And release. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Set those down. Coming up next, we have got a dumbbell biceps curl. All right. And just real quick, make sure you have your step handy. I should have said that. I forgot. So take a quick moment and get your step ready so we can do a step up to balance bicep curl as the second half of this particular superset. All right. So we're going to start, though, with a biceps curl. Plain old bicep curl. Nothing fancy. Shoulders back. Parallel stance here. A little bend in the knees. Flex those glutes, and we just curl it up. And ease it right back down again. All right. Not a fancy move, but it's an important one. It's just about all you have for working those biceps. We've got lots of different variations, but you just can't beat the classics. Just curl it up. Exhale it up. Inhale it back down. Just the whole time keeping that little bend in the knees, so we have that little bit of an athletic stance. Keep our weight distributed on our feet, right over the balls of the feet and the heels. And it's nice to keep those glutes active. You can tuck your tailbone just a little bit so that as you curl and get the weight way out in front of you, that weight doesn't get distributed right to your low back. So use that core to protect the low back. Last rep, we're going to switch to lighter weights now and do a step up to balance bicep curl. Grab those. All right, coming right back at it. Let's do it. We're just going to step it up, come up and balance, curl, and then we get that slow release. Nice. We're going to step it down and come up on the other foot. And you can do a low, your leg that's you're not balancing on. You can bring that knee up high. You can keep it down low. However you're feeling it. Get this nice, slow, controlled lowering and come right back at it again. You can even play around with it. Do some with the leg really high. Some of them with that knee low. And it's fun and nice idea to keep changing up how high you raise that balancing knee, because we get really comfortable doing the same thing over and over again. And then when we switch and go from having that knee up high to really low, it can just kind of throw you off a little bit. So we want to constantly give our body those challenges that we can adapt to. And that's what we're doing. Last rep, and we're going to switch to slightly lighter dumbbells. We're going to do a dumbbell reverse fly, which I think I'll use these I've got right here. Dumbbell reverse fly, we're going to hinge the hips. Let's do that. All right, so hinge, get yourself a nice strong stance, flex your hamstrings, and we're going to raise and lower right back down. All right, so here we go. And lift, ease it back down. Flex and lift. Oh, I'm frozen. I hope I'm not completely frozen. Just keep on lifting. Hope you're hearing me. We've got about 35 seconds as we exhale up. Oh, good. I didn't know if you could hear me. I couldn't. Everyone was just frozen. Everyone was frozen but me. We've got 22 seconds. Just keep on lifting. And after you're done with this, it's going to be a reverse fly with a band, single leg reverse fly. So just in case I disappear because of the internet being wonky. All right, got 10 more seconds. Exhale it up. Inhale it back down. Last one. Bring it up. Ease it down. All right, and then let's switch to those bands, and we'll do a band, single leg band reverse fly with a lightweight band, very lightweight. We're going to walk it back, knee lined up with the second and third toe, shoulders down and back, squeeze it open and hold, and then release. 3, 2, 1. Pull it open and hold. Protect the little grape in your shoe and release. 3, 2, 1, and pull and hold, and release. 3, 2, 1. Pull it open and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Switch your feet real quick. And we'll just keep cranking them out. Open it up. And then release. 3, 2, 1. Pull it open and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Good. Squeeze and hold. Release. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Pull it open and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Let's put those down. And we're coming right back with a dumbbell row here in 13 seconds. So grab your weights. Get yourself in position again. Heavy weights for doing that dumbbell row. Hinge your hips, little bend in the knees. Flex those hamstrings, and let's do it. Squeeze it right up to the rib cage and ease it right back down. Exhale it up. Good. Inhale it right back down again. Keeping that neutral spine. Try to relax. Kind of think about keeping, it's like when you use the row machine at the gym. We're bent over in this position, so it's a little bit different. It's the same mechanics that you would do if you were sitting at a cable machine and pulling the weight toward you. So we think about having your shoulder blades down and back, keeping the shoulders relaxed, and squeezing that weight in. But now we've got this added hip hinge. So keep those hamstrings active, and even both feet kind of gripping inside your shoe to have a nice solid foundation. All right, let's switch, set those weights down. We're going to grab our bands and do a single leg band row. We'll walk it back. Oh, I'm frozen again. Coming up on the 1 foot. Darn with the freezing. All right. Here we go. Coming up onto 1 foot. And let's do it. Squeeze it in and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Pull right to the rib cage. Pull it straight back. Hold. Perfect. And then release. 3, 2, 1. And squeeze and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. And pull it in and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Pull and hold. Release. 3, 2, 1. Switch your feet. And just keep cranking them out. Pull it right back in again. And release. 3, 2, 1. And squeeze it in and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. And pull and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. And pull and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. We're going to come right back to those weights again for a biceps curl. Grab your heavier dumbbells. Little bend in the knees. Shoulders back. Wow, I'll keep freezing. Sorry about that. We're getting ready for dumbbell biceps curls. Oh my goodness. What a slow internet day. My internet apparently took the weekend. It's already moved into the weekend. All right, shoulders down and back, little bend in your knees. Let's do it. And that's about right, because the way a lot of the construction people work it here is they work normal shift Monday through Thursday. Friday they're done at noon. And so even the guy that came by to work on our solar system today because our battery wasn't charging, he said he was almost done for the weekend. So I think everyone's just left and they took our internet with them. Maybe even the internet people took off for the weekend. That's why it's not working so well today. I don't know. I apologize. So you know the drill. Rows, bicep curls, reverse flies. Just keep moving in that order for another set, and then we'll do cardio. And this is going to be the last rep, and then we're going to do that step up to balance with a slightly lighter weight, or maybe even quite a bit lighter. We want to go from that heavy to that lightweight now. All right. And I don't remember what leg I started on last time, so I'm going to come up with the opposite leg than I did. I think it was my left. Let's curl it up. And then we just ease it down. Nice and slow. And then switch. Step it right up. Balance. Keeping the grape or protected inside your shoe. Step it back. Drive it up. Exhale it up. Inhale it back down. Awesome. Everyone's still going. Fantastic. We're just at the halfway point. 30 more seconds of these, and then it's going to be a switch to that dumbbell reverse fly and then single leg band reverse fly. Just so you know what's happening next. Easing it down. All right, looking good. And let's see, we've got the last one coming up here, right here. Yeah, it's going to be the last one. Ease that down. All right, so now we're going to come into that into a reverse fly, dumbbell reverse fly. Lighter weight for this one for sure. Get those legs in a nice strong position. Keep those glutes, hamstrings flexed, and let's do it. Squeeze it open, ease it right back down, exhale it up, inhale back down, keeping everything relaxed as we can as we squeeze between the shoulder blades, open it up, control that weight all the way down. Exhale it up. Inhale it back down. Looking good. Driving up. Excellent. Squeeze right between the shoulder blades. As you open up. Inhale it back down. Exhale it up. Inhale it down. And last rep, and then let's switch to our bands. Single leg band reverse fly. Coming back here. All right, shoulder blades, get them relaxed down and back. Let's come up onto one foot, a little bend to the knee. And here we go, squeeze it open. And then release. 3, 2, 1. And open it up, just blast it right open. And then release. 3, 2, 1. And we open, we get that 2-second hold. And then we release. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Open and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Switch feet. And we'll keep cranking it out. Open it up and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Good. Squeeze and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Open and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. And the last one right here. Open up and hold nice and strong. And then release. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Right back to our row. Last time, dumbbell rows. Grab those heavy dumbbells. Get yourself in position. Shoulder blades down and back. Hinge those hips. A little bend in the knees. Keeping those legs active. Let's do it. Squeeze it right to the rib cage. And lower down. Good. Exhale it up. Inhale it back down. Awesome. Nice and strong. Yes. Getting super strong on Friday. Fantastic. Keep cranking them out. Drive it up. Lower it down. Looking good. Over the halfway point. Yay. Last time we're doing our rows today. So exhale it up. Inhale it back down. Looking good. We can do a couple more, maybe 3 more. Oh, yeah, we can definitely get 2 more. Yeah, here we go. Number 2, and here comes the last one right here. Last rep, and then let's switch to our bands for single leg band. Single leg band rows. Let's walk it back with those bands. Get yourself onto one foot, bend in the knee. Shoulders, blades down and back, and then squeeze it in and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Pull it right back in and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. And pull and hold. Release. 3, 2, 1. And squeeze it in and hold. Release. 3, 2, 1. Let's switch your feet real quick. Still thinking about protecting your grape. A little bend in the knee and then pull it in and hold. Right to the rib cage. Yes, and release. 3, 2, 1. And squeeze it in and hold. Release. 3, 2, 1. Good. Pull and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. And pull it in and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. All right, awesome. Let's switch to our dumbbells again for biceps curls. Back to the biceps curls. All right, little bend in the knees, shoulders relaxed. And let's do it. Exhale it up. Inhale it back down. Keeping those glutes active as you lift. Like we lower, relax, and then flex and lift. See if you notice a difference. You can do some where you're just curling away, not thinking about anything, but just kind of curling. Working those arms. Let's do another one like that. Just curling it up there, like we've done 4 billion times. We've all done a lot of these. Now, next time, flex your glutes and lift and see if you just feel a little bit more solid in your foundation as you lift to protect that low back. Anytime you lift a heavy load, get those glutes flexed and tuck the tailbone just a little bit. It'll protect the low back as you lift up whatever heavy thing you've got. All right, let's switch to those lighter weights. Step up to balance biceps curls. All right. And let's see, come at it. I think I'll go with that right foot. I think I did left last time. Step it on up, curl it up and hold. Good. Ease it down. All right. Bring it back. And right up with authority. Curl it up there. Play around with your knee height. Do some high, do some low. Do some with your knee kind of even behind you a little bit. Kind of balance with the leg just kind of back behind, which is a little bit unfriendly to that hamstring. I might point. It's the way I'm feeling that right now. But hey, it lets you know you're alive. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Curl it up there. And it just keeps changing the parameters here. Change the standard of our balance and see how we can deal with that. Maybe do one with the legs down. You're just barely floating your foot above your step. See what that feels like. All right. I don't know if you could hear that. Big load of russet potatoes headed to the potato factory. Just went by. Going to be a busy weekend of French fry making, apparently. All right, time to switch. Reverse flies. So let's get ourselves set for a reverse fly. Going to do a hip hinge. Last time we're doing these, hinge those hips, keep those hamstrings active, and let's do it. Exhale it up. Inhale back down. Good. Raise it up. Coming right back down. Trying to control the weight as you exhale up. Inhale back down. Control the weight all the way up. Control it on the way down. Woo, it's heavy duty stuff. The reverse fly. One of my least favorite exercises, but it's important. That's why we don't skip it. Got to work those muscles on the back that support our posture, support the rotator cuff, keep all that stuff nice and strong. Whew, but they are not easy. That's for sure. All right, let's do a couple more. Because we can. We're strong enough to do it. We get to do these. It's our privilege. Last one. Okay, let's switch the bands and do the same thing with a single leg band reverse fly. Woo, up nice and tall. Come right up onto one foot. Little bend in the knee. Shoulder blades down and back. Let's do it. Squeeze it open and hold. And then release. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze it open and hold. Good. Release. 3, 2, 1. And open and hold. Nice and strong. And release. 3, 2, 1. Good. And open and hold. And release. 3, 2, 1. Switch your feet real quick. And we just keep cranking them out. Squeeze and hold. Release. 3, 2, 1. Good. Open and hold. Release. 3, 2, 1. And open and hold. Release. 3, 2, 1. Open and hold. Last one. Release. 3, 2, 1. Whew, those are heavy duty stuff. All right. Grab a drink of water. Let's get ready for some cardio time. All right, step. We are going to use our steps. I'm going to move mine just a little bit off to the side here. We're going to do... can't get that set. There we go. We're going to do a HIIT workout today, HIIT cardio. So it's going to be 1 minute of cardio, 15 seconds of rest, 1 minute of cardio. And it's going to be that jog, run, sprint tempo, 30-second jog tempo, 20 seconds of run, 10 seconds of sprinting. And the first one's going to be down on the floor. We're going to do the whole thing on the floor. It's going to be a renegade row with or without dumbbells. You don't have to use a dumbbell. Then it's going to be a plank up down. So really hitting the upper body a lot to give us a little bit of push workout. Pull bonus and then a push bonus with the plank up downs. And then we're going to roll over and do a bicycle. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. So that's our first move. Second one's much easier. Just going to be our step, jog, run, sprint up and down the step. And then we'll repeat. Alrighty. So let's do it. Let's get set for those renegade rows. I like to don't have to use a super heavy dumbbell for this. This is supposed to be at a jog intensity. If you don't want to use any dumbbells, you don't have to. You can be full plank, drop down onto your knees, or keep the weights out of it. And we'll just do a renegade row with your hands, or full extension, or with the dumbbells. They're your renegade rows. You do them how you want. Let me start that up. All right, here we go. 5-second warning. So whatever we do, get yourself in a nice strong plank, tuck your tailbone, and let's do it. Renegade rows. maybe we go a little bit wider with our stance with our renegade row, so we can try to keep our body from twisting a great deal. We're going to get a little bit of that because of the nature of coming up onto one of our arms and 2 feet. But that's the goal, trying to keep that tailbone tucked, keep the core tight, looking good, coming right to the rib cage every time. And let's switch. All right, coming up next, plank up downs. So weights down, plank up down. So crank up the speed a little bit. Plank up down. Do a few leading with right arm maybe, and a few coming down on your left arm first. Got about 10 more seconds, and then we're going to flip right over to do a bicycle, working the core at a sprint. 3, 2, 1. Let's roll right over. Bicycle. So it's going to be opposite knee, opposite elbow, 10-second sprint. Let's do it. Cranking it out. Twisting back and forth, working that bicycle. Yes. Keep cranking it and switch. All right, come on up. Woo, that's a quick sprint. Woo, shake it out. 10 more seconds, and we're going to do a jog, run, and a sprint on our step. 5-second warning. In 3, 2, 1. All right, starting off at a jog. So give yourself a tempo that we can change from. We start off at this jog, then we're going to go run, and then we're going to go sprint. So make sure you get that definite jog, run, sprint in there. Give yourself the talk test. Right now, it should be challenging to carry on a conversation. Like you're jogging with your friend down the street. Then we're going to get to a run. It's going to be difficult. And then, of course, a sprint will be impossible. So 5 more seconds right here. Getting ready to switch it. All right, here we go. And run. Now getting to difficult to carry on a conversation for 20 seconds. And then we'll do the sprint. All right. Woo. Crank it out. We got 10 more seconds. All right, getting ready to sprint. All right, here we go. And sprint. Impossible to carry on a conversation. Sprinting up and down that step. 3, 2, 1. Switch. Woo! That's heavy duty. All right. Dropping down again for the renegade row. And, oh, my rest was messed up here. All right. Now let's get down the floor. Get ready for renegade row again. Drop on down and let's do this thing. Renegade rows in 5 seconds. All right, here we go. In 3, 1, and renegade row. Let them rip. All right, nice strong plank again. Coming back to a jog. A little bit more intense this time after the first round of cardio, especially coming out of that step run. Woo! Heavy duty. We've got 10 more seconds. I'm going with a little bit wider stance in my row right now, just so I can keep from getting that too much twist. Let's switch. All right, plank up downs. Here we go. Plank up downs begin. Down, up. And if you want to alternate every hand time, that's another way we can do these. Go down your left, down your right, and back up. Then go down on your right and then your left. Keep your core active. Tuck your tailbone. Plank up downs. 2, 1, switch. Come on over, flip on over. Bicycles at a sprint. And begin bicycles at a sprint. Oh yeah. Cranking it out. Work that core. Draw your core in. As you crank them out. And switch. All right. Come on up. Woo. Walk it off a little bit. And we'll get ready for the next round here. All right. And here we go. Getting ready for the step. Jog. Run. And sprint. Get your arms loose. Woo, get yourself psyched. In 3, 2, 1. At a jog. Start off at a jog. So make sure that you give yourself plenty of room to increase your speed. So we're starting off at a jog, then a run tempo, and then a sprint. So make sure we get those 3 different speeds in there and 3 levels of intensity. 10 more seconds, and then we're going to take it up from this challenging to carry on a conversation into that difficult. 2, 1. All right, you ready? Let's do it and switch. Run. Here we go. Difficult. Carry on a conversation. Try to be kind of light on your feet. As light as we can, coming up and down the step. Woo! Burning it out. And then we're going to go from this into that sprint. Woo! In about 5 more seconds. All right, keep on running. All right, and here we go. And sprint. Impossible to carry on a conversation. Keep sprinting. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Let's slow it down. Walk it off, grab a sip of water. Whew, we got another round to go. Slow it down. Nice deep breathing. All right, here we go. 15-second warning. Coming right back at it again. And 10 seconds. All right, get yourself in position. All right, 5-second, whoops. And 5-second warning. And my thing's frozen. Oh, crud. All righty, and Renegade Row, let them rip. Let's do it, Renegade Rows. Tuck that tailbone. Keep the core active. Renegade Row. Rowing away. All right. So, nice strong forward. Get the weight right up to the rib cage every time. Like I say, keeping that tailbone tucked. And switch. All right. Plank up downs. Let's get right into them. Plank up downs. And if you want to alternate going down the right side and then the left side every time, go back and forth. Makes it a little bit more intense. Kind of fun. Few more seconds. All right, and then roll over. And here we go, bicycles. And crank them out. Bicycles for 10-second sprint. Right here. Woo! Burn it out. And switch. All right. And take a little holiday here. All righty, and let's do it. Step jog in 3, 2, 1. Step jog. All right, back to a jog, then a run, and then a sprint. So make sure you give yourself plenty of real estate, as it were, plenty of runway, so that you can keep increasing the intensity as we progress. Jogging away for now. All right. And 3, 2, 1. And let's run. Ramp it up a little bit. All right, run intensity. Difficult to carry on a conversation. All right, getting ready to sprint. In 3, 2, 1, let's sprint. Last 10 seconds. Burn it out. Woo! Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, cool down. Woo! Keep moving. Keep walking around. Don't stop. Keep your legs moving. Keep your arms moving. Grab a sip of water. Woo! Keep everything moving. And we're going to slow that heart rate down. Well, that's a heavy one to come out of, though, isn't it? All righty. Okay. Ooh, slowing her down. When you're ready, no hurries. You can come join me here as we cool things off, slow things down. All right, nicely done today on a Friday with a sketchy internet and everything. Thanks for hanging with me. Shelly had to duck out. I hope it wasn't because the internet was locking her out. Let's just slow it down here. Get that little pause in here. A step pause. There we go. Slowing it down. And we'll go back the other way. Step pause. Step pause. All right. Looking good. And slow it down even a little bit more. And reach. Let's reach up a little bit. Kind of a sideways, twisty reach. Oh, nice, slow, deep breathing. Bringing it up. All right, and let's do this. Let's just step it back. Plant that rear foot and reach up nice and high. And press that heel down. Get a nice stretch. And then reach for the ceiling. And once you've reached for that ceiling, reach a little bit higher and grab onto Friday. Grab on and hang on. Woo, it's Friday, yay. Been waiting for you all week. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Step it back. Plant that rear heel. Dig that heel in and then reach. And then reach a wee bit more. See if we can just grab onto it and hold on. The weekend's here. All right, let's come on up. Step back on the other side again. Hips either hinge, just hinge them forward here to get a nice stretch in that hip flexor, or just sink, woo, if I don't lose my balance, sink way down. Make a big Y for yes. It's Friday. Squeeze between those shoulder blades, reaching back far as you can. All right, and then press through that heel, bring yourself up. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Step it back, big Y, and or sink it way down. Yeah, oh, feels good. Stretch it out. Reach. Okay, and then let's come on up. Let's ease right down your shins. Let's stretch those hamstrings. Keep your head up, looking about 3-4 feet in front of your toes. And just luxuriate in stretching those hamstrings. We did a lot of hammy work today. Definitely we did on Wednesday as well. And then let's do this. Flex those hamstrings. Slowly bring yourself up. Ooh, up nice and tall. Take a deep breath. And then let's step it back. Palms up. Exhale. Let's twist all the way around as far as we can go. Working that spinal rotation. And then slowly bring it forward. And then let's go back on the other side. Palms up, step it back. Exhale, and we'll twist all the way around. Good, let's come on up. And then let's grab on to one of your piggies there and gentle pull and flex your glutes, and that'll help stretch those hip flexors a wee bit more. And let's give it a gentle pull. And we'll stretch those quads. See you, Jane. Have a great weekend. Stretch it out. All right. And then let's do the same thing on the other side. Gentle pull and stretch. There we go. Feels good. Hopefully that feels good. All right. And then we're going to drop down onto the floor for a little bit here. Take your yoga mat and roll that sucker up. And we're going to come right in here in a kneeling position. And we're going to grab on to that rear foot. And gentle pull and put those hips forward. And just to make a little bit more intense stretch in the quad there if you're feeling it. If that's a little bit too difficult, no big deal. What we do is take that rear foot, bring it to the inside, and take those hips and just rock them forward this way here. And we'll get a stretch on that inner thigh. So let's try that one too. Take that rear foot, bring it across your body on the inside, then take those hips and just press forward, and hopefully you'll feel a stretch right here in the hip flexor as we stretch in the good. This is a classic stretch you would see You see outfielders doing this, and especially if you're watching a major league in between, say swap teams for who's up at bat, and switch sides. And you see them out in the outfield. You might see them out there in the background, getting into this position, and then they've been sitting for however long the inning lasted, and their hip flexors get tight, and everything gets tight in here. So as all the business gets tight, so they get out in the field. And at some point, they stretch this way. It stretches out those hip flexors. They only hold it for about 17 seconds, though, because they don't want to overstretch it because they have to run to make a dynamic catch. But for our purposes, we can hold this 30 seconds to a minute, whatever you need to stretch out. And now we're just offsetting all of our bicycles that we just did. And let's come on up. And we're going to take our step. I'm going to do that stretch we did the other day. We're going to stretch the inner thigh. Let's bring up one of your feet here onto your step, and we're just going to ease down. And as you come down, you're going to feel that stretch on this leg that's on the floor. So we just ease down, hinge your hips down, so keep your back kind of flat as you come down and reach, and you'll feel the outside leg, hopefully a stretch on the inner thigh. And it's a way we can stretch without having to get down on the ground to stretch that inner thigh. And then let's do the same thing on the other side. And we'll just step that over there. And we'll get up nice and tall, and we just ease into it. Kind of like when we do our stretch at the beginning. Same kind of an idea. Just now we're working on, we've got this little extra height, and it gives us a little bit of an advantage to drive that stretch on the inner thigh, on the outside leg, just a wee bit more. All right, then come on up. And we are going to do one more now that we're up. And I like to make us get up and down a lot, so we got to get back down again real quick. And we're going to do our lats. And then we'll be done. Going to work those lats. So this time I'm going to turn a little bit sideways. Normally we have the ball go off to the side to work the pec. This time the ball is going to go straight out in front. So we get the hand right on top of the ball. I'm just going to roll it right out in front. And you can just look down at the floor. And we just ease into it. Just be gentle as you ease down. So we're easy on the shoulder, but we want to stretch those lats. And this is just a nice way to get those lats stretched out. And then ease it back in. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Get the ball right up on top. And we just roll it out. Ease into it. Lean into it. And feel a nice stretch. As hopefully those lats are releasing, because we did a lot of back work today. Just want to stretch it out. All right, and then let's come on up. Put you right over there. Pull one arm right across the front. Stretch the shoulder a wee bit. And then let's do the same thing on the other side. Just bring it over. There we go. All right, and let's get some of that Friday air. Let's just do it. Let's just exhale down. Nice deep breath in. Oh, there it is. It's Friday. Woo! Exhaling down. Filling yourself with good Friday energy. Oh, let's do it one more time. Exhaling down, filling yourself with good energy. Last you all weekend. Oh, yes. And Friday workout is done.